Are your coins going to be safe, guys? This isn't looking too good, or is it just going to be fine at the end of the day? Now, Ledger has been trending recently. Check out my new Ledger Nano X tutorial, guys, as you guys can see right here. People are smashing their ledgers and all types of stuff, guys, right? This is absolutely crazy. Now, why? Why are people furious, guys, right? So let's talk about it. And then he tries to burn it right here. So, if you go to this tweet from Ledger themselves, exciting update. Ledger has a new product, Ledger Recover, that's launching soon. Now, I'll watch this video fully, guys. Why? So you guys are aware of the situation that's happening with Ledger. We're going to talk about it, but first you need to watch this video because they explain what this all is. Then we'll talk about it in further detail afterwards.
Hello, I'm Charles Guillemet, CTO at Ledger. I'd like to take a few minutes to introduce a new service. Ledger Recover is an optional subscription for users who want a backup of their secret recovery phrase so they can restore access to their wallets whenever, wherever, even if they have lost or broken their Ledger Nano and don't have their recovery sheet with them. For some people, it's a very convenient service, but some others simply don't need it. You can continue managing your secret recovery phrase all by yourself if that's why you bought a Ledger at the first place. This is not automatically enabled by any firmware updates. This is your choice. Self-custody is at the core of our offering, and your secret recovery phrase is created on your device. We have no access to it. This will never change. We are uncompromising about security, and that will never change. If you choose to subscribe, Ledger Recover encrypts your secret recovery phrase and splits it into 3 fragments. All of this happens inside the secure element chip, so your private key is never at risk. These encrypted fragments are stored by 3 different parties on hardware security modules. In this process, Ledger and our trusted providers have no access to your secret recovery phrase. There's no backdoor for anyone, neither us, a provider, or even a very gifted hacker to access it. Individually, these encrypted fragments are completely useless. When you want to restore your keys, 2 of these 3 parties will send back their fragments to your Ledger device, which will be able to recombine your secret recovery phrase and allow you to access back your wallet. Decryption can only happen on the Ledger secure element chip after identity verification. The split, encryption or decryption happens on your Ledger device and does not involve any other party than you. Nobody within Ledger or outside Ledger ever has access to it. Self-custody remains and will always be the core principle of Ledger. The ethos of self-custody is that it's your choice. You can choose to manage all your assets completely by yourself, or you can have a backup with Ledger Recover. It's up to you.
So basically, there seems to be a new service, right, that people can opt into by your choice, right, by your free will, called Ledger Recover, which basically does, if you lose your ledger or you don't have your secret phrases, right, your seed phrases, your seed phrase and whatnot, you can still access your crypto, guys, through this Ledger Recover process, right? Now, we're going to talk about it in further detail. That sounds amazing, doesn't it? It surely does. But there's an issue here, guys. Ledger last year, your private keys never leave your hardware device. Ledger today, pay us $10 to copy your private keys to our servers. Soon, every device will have a firmware capable of sending your seed phrase off device. This is just begging to be exploited, right, guys? Now, this is strange. This is odd, guys. We have a lot to talk about today, right? A lot of people are extremely furious about this whole situation. Now, I'm not saying this will occur, guys, but I just want to throw this in there, right? From 22 Savage, for your information, 2024 will have a lot of energy on Ledger. Why? A Ledger quote-unquote hack is very likely, right? This is all the way in December. He posted this December 5th, 2022, guys, right? The elites will likely ban personal anonymous ledgers by 2028. Exactly. We cracked the code. We cracked the code. We said this a long damn time ago. That we're all heading towards a centralized point in time, guys, right? It's all going to be centralized. Blockchain in itself was created for the sole purpose. Okay, but that's another point, which we'll get into. But first of all, just be aware of this quote-unquote ledger hack, guys. But I'm pretty sure, right? This isn't financial advice or storing your crypto advice, guys. This isn't any advice at all. But I'm pretty sure Ledger is safe, right? I'm pretty sure they're safe if you choose not to opt into this program, which is updating your firmware, right? But I'll just be very careful, guys. 2024, there's a possibility, right? Now, exactly, guys. It's very weird. Why? Because Mr. Pool, remember, comes out the day before they announced this, May 16th. Mr. Pool, a day before, stated, "Nay, worries," right? Now we go back here. Check this out. Pool told us yesterday in French what translates to "don't worry." And the following day, a popular French hardware manufacturer comes out with this update. Odd coincidence? No, all part of the show, guys. Enjoy the show, right? So Mr. Pool's telling us not to worry about this whole situation that's occurring, which is very strange, right? I wouldn't worry about it, but I don't know why Mr. Pool is stating that, guys. So let's talk more in depth about what's happening, and then we're going to talk about how Ripple is targeting everything at this type of service as well, guys. Right? We're going to talk about it. PSA: don't update your Ledger hardware to version 2.2.1. Don't enable the new recover feature. Now, unless you want your crypto to be easily confiscated by government agencies, right? Why did Ledger in the first place do this? We already cracked the code on this, guys. We're going to explain in a second. First of all, how will this even work? Oh, you guessed it. It says right here. Ledger Recover. Starting today, you could subscribe to Ledger Recover. Ledger Recover is an ID-based key recovery service that provides a backup for your secret recovery phrase. Keyword ID-based, guys. ID-based. Know your customer, KYC. This is literally centralized at this point. This seems like a centralized exchange, right? Sure, you could use the Ledger's new recover service and give them give them your private keys controlling your assets, as well as a copy of your ID and other personal information, right? But then why bother with a hardware wallet in the first place, guys, right? Now, that's the thing. So at that point, they could literally see all your assets, how much you hold, not to mention who you are, right? You're not anonymous no more. I was wondering, why did they choose this path, right? Because they didn't have to. I think we cracked the code. I'm pretty sure one of the higher ups told Ledger, right? Because they are the top self-custody company out there for the crypto sphere. So I'm pretty sure one of the higher ups told them to implement this, right, guys? Why? Because slowly but steadily, they're going to make everyone on the grid, right? Not off the grid, not being anonymous and stuff, guys. So for those who don't understand how bad this is, previously the Ledger firmware could not send your seed phrase off your device. Now they can, right? Regardless of whether you sign up for the service or not, the capability to send your seed phrase exists and will be exploited. That's the thing, guys. This is just another attack vector that a hacker could possibly go after, right? This is just another even with social engineering, guys, right? So I don't know, guys, why they would choose to do this, right? I'm pretty sure the government basically told them behind the scenes. That's why. Now, again, just once again, guys, I wouldn't be too worried, right? Because this is a choice that you can make yourself, right? You don't have to, it's not going to be automatically updated, right? Your Ledger device, it's manual at that point, so it's your choice at the end of the day. Then David Schwartz replied to this whole situation. I don't know, guys. This is crazy, right? We go down here. The security model has never previously included trusting the operator of the device not to exfiltrate key material. It previously included the manufacturer not to sign firmware updates that permitted exfiltration of key material. This is a massive loss of security. Wow! I'm glad we checked this tweet out, guys. This is a massive loss. Even, wow, that's weird. Not weird, but that's alarming if David Shore is stating it, guys, right? So if you're opting into the service, I'll be aware of this whole situation. This is a massive loss of security, huh? Again, just another vector point that they could attack, basically. Now, basically, oh, but it is secured by ID verification. You know what else is secured by ID verification? Mobile number porting. Do you know how many high-profile SIM jacking cases happen every day? Too many. Anything secured by ID verification is inherently insecure, too easy to fake. Oh, and not to mention, this is how it works. The problem here is not splitting the key in 3 parts, right? That's what it does, guys. That's actually good. I may or may not be doing that personally as well. The problem here is that the encrypted keys parts are sent to 3 corporations, and they can reconstruct your keys. That's the issue right there. So it gets split in 3 parts, guys. You write your key, and it gets sent out to 3 different corporations, 1, 2, and 3, right? So basically, you're trusting these corporations at that point, which they are obviously connected to certain governments or the government itself, right? If you go down here, CZ replies to this whole debacle, so the seed can now leave the device. Sounds like a different direction than your keys never leave the device. Interesting, right? And here's a few more people giving their opinion on this whole situation, guys. Now, it's so weird to me. So damn weird, guys. What is the timing of this? Today from Ripple. We are proud to announce Ripple has acquired Metaco, becoming the sole shareholder of the Swiss-based provider of digital asset custody and tokenization technology. They come out with their own. They literally bought up, guys, a provider of what? Of them, digital asset custodying for the people, right? So let's just get this straight. Ripple is thrilled to announce a custody partner the day after Ledger announcement. That's some odd timing. Sure is. To me, it seems like Ripple is going after everything, right? Ripple takes on the crypto custody market with Metaco. Why? The growing institutional crypto. Oh, and we stated this just a few weeks back ago, if not a little bit ago, right? Grandmas will definitely not be making wallets, guys. So who's going to be coming into play? Banks, right? These certain service providers, guys, to hold your own keys for you, right? It definitely means things are going to be centralized. But you can still hold your own keys and whatnot, guys. At the end of the day, right? This is just for the retail users. And things like that. The growing institutional crypto custody market is expected to reach a staggering $10 trillion by 2030. Custody is a key facet of the infrastructure required for enterprise crypto services, and recent research conducted by Ripple shows the most global finance leaders at financial institutions and enterprises have plans to use crypto custody solutions in their business within the next 3 years. Wow, the next 3 years, come on! You got it. By 2026, 2025, around that time, 2024, 2025 is the game plan. So it seems like, right? Don't forget about PolySign in just a second. Primarily through a third-party provider, right? So basically, Metaco is a proven ledger in institutional digital asset custody with an exceptional executive bench and a truly unmatched customer track record, said Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple. Through the strength of our balance sheet and financial position, Ripple will continue pressing our advantage in the areas crucial to crypto infrastructure. Bringing on Metaco is monumental for our growing product suite and expanding global footprint, right? So it seems like this is beautiful at the end of the day, guys, that Ripple's going after everything, right? Ripple will expand its enterprise offerings, providing customers the technology to custody, issue, and settle any type of tokenized asset. And it goes in further detail right there. Check this out, though. Well, before PolySign, from Brad Garlinghouse, he's thrilled to announce about the new buyout as Ripple expands into custody, a key part of crypto infrastructure. Right, because there's a lot of people getting hacked, losing keys, right, all sorts of stuff. This is where banks will come into play, guys, at the end. If banks don't, these people will, right? And Ripple's at the forefront right now, or about to be right now, because they just bought out Medico. And basically a key part of crypto infrastructure will be able to support customers with the technology to custody, issue, and send and settle any type of tokenized asset. This is massive. Everything's heading towards tokenization, guys. You guys ready? Because I am. Maybe not, right? I wonder how the future world will look like, guys, because everything will be centralized. And centralization, is it good? Possibly. At the same time, we need decentralization, right? And then, coming out of one of the coldest crypto winters yet, I'm incredibly bullish about Ripple's trajectory. Wow. Interesting. Brad Garlinghouse is smiling, as you guys can see. He hasn't changed his profile picture. Still following 589 people. Don't forget it. Now, it's fascinating because, remember Polysign? Right? That is something very similar to what's happening with Ripple and Medico and Ledger itself. But from X Anderson, I just had a thought. Just imagine two successful entities constructed largely by the same two great minds, utilize XRP in different ways, not really related to each other. What a powerful force that could be, right? Beware of dragons. Is Medico in competition with Polysign standard custody? Maybe David Schwartz can share a few thoughts. David Schwartz replied, to some extent, yes, they are not exact competitors because Medico's or standard custody is a custodian and Medico is a technology provider. A Ripple/Polysign deal wasn't as good as it fit because Polysign's roadmap leads in a different direction from Ripple's. Where does it lead to? If I'm not mistaken, it's all institutional that they're pointing towards. Polysign is, right? And I'm guessing Medico isn't. Maybe it is, but as you guys can see, different direction from Ripple's, so possibly isn't. I'm not quite sure, but it is very fascinating to say the least, right? Polysign and all these people, they told us a long time ago. Now, crypto bankruptcies, all of those companies, right? And then crypto layoffs, as you guys can see, but then hiring, buying while sued by the SEC. Ripple, right? I see why Ripple's not, guys. Exactly! Ripple's literally expanding while everything else is imploding. Guys, we will be on the right side of history, right? Again, they're diving head first, guys. You guys ready? This is the craziest thing of my life. Prepare. Now, back to the Ledger situation. Ledger wallet is compromised. It isn't, guys. I mean, just be aware of that Ledger Recover opt-in program, right? Now, let's quickly read this and then let's finish out the video. Someone asked Ledger on Reddit, is there a backdoor, yes or no? An official answer from Ledger will be very much appreciated, right? Also, because the alternative, typing the 3 parts of the seed for the 3 custodians goes against the number 1 rule of never typing your seed in a connected device. The silence on how this recovery works is the worst response. Customers appreciate transparency. They replied from Ledger co-founder. The device sends encrypted shards of your seed to different companies if you decide to use the service. You could, of course, still choose to back it up yourself, but at the same time, it sends it out, guys, right? To different companies. Guys, this is just another attack vector that a hacker or some sort of social engineering attack could take place, right? And people are suggesting that they're never going to use Ledger, right? Actually, Ledger themselves held a space here earlier or yesterday. I'll leave all the links down below so you guys can investigate further because we're not going to talk about it 100%, guys. If you go down here though, TLDR, if you know how to self-custody your assets, do not opt into Ledger Recover. Use your Ledger the same way you always have been, right? So there's nothing really to worry about, guys. And then more people are talking about this, that, right? Ledger has basically is corrupted at this point because they're going against their beliefs. And then more people are talking about it, guys. I'm not going to talk about all these threats because it's going to take an hour. It's going to be an hour-long video, but I'll leave all the links down below so you guys can go ahead and form your own opinion, right? Ledger customer service right now. Check this out.
Thank you for calling Ledger customer service. This is Ashley. How may I help you? I heard there was a backdoor to the Ledger. Is this true? Yeah, so the device sends encrypted shards of your seed to different companies if you do decide to use the service. So basically, all right. How could you betray our trust like this? Yeah, you know, we don't really have a great answer for that. So if you do decide to reply to our Twitter or leave a review, we're just going to delete it. And yeah, go find yourself. Have a great day.
So what are your thoughts about this whole situation, guys? Right? And then everyone's worried about this whole situation about Ledger accessing their private keys, but actually true people, right, the real ones, have their seed phrase carved into 12 stone tablets and scattered across the world at various locations, right? And there's puzzles and all sorts of stuff, guys. This is crazy to me. And then more people are talking about this whole situation. I'll leave it in the link down below, as well as this. You guys can go ahead and form your own opinion. But at the end, remember last year when the head of Ledger publicly badmouthed XRP and some of us began the process of moving away from Ledger and into the Zum wallet, and others in the community mocked us. But now, who's laughing at some point? I need to wrap up this tweet. Exactly, guys, right? Zum wallet supposedly is a very good wallet as well, guys, because I do store certain cryptos in there as well, right? That's built on top of the XRP ledger. So I don't know, guys. You guys have to make up your own opinions, right? Your own strategy, what you plan on doing. But I'm just going to stay with Ledger at this time, guys. Right? I'm actually a little lazy to move it all out and all sorts of stuff. I'm just going to stay with Ledger at this time and see further updates of what's really happening, right? I'm not too worried. I'm probably not going to opt into that new service program as well, right? Ledger Recovery as well, guys, or Ledger Recover. So at the end, you just have to make your own opinion, but there are different options such as a Zum, possibly. I'm not sure. You guys have to go ahead and research on that yourselves, guys, right? Not financial advice, no advice at all, guys. Let's be aware. Let's pay attention to what's upcoming, possibly not financial advice. What is that, so guys? Amazingness. See ya.